Hi, I'm Shannon. I want to talk today about healthcare advocacy and particularly this escalating problem that we're seeing with bed sores. And bed sores come in really 4 different stages. Stage 1 is really very minor. Sometimes it's not even a broken skin. It's almost like a hot spot, but sometimes we'll see a little break. Stage 2 and 3, incredibly painful. We see the wound get bigger and deeper. And then stage 4 is to the bone. And it is, I'm not gonna show you pictures, but you can find them on the internet very easily. Stage 4 is so traumatic that actually, what gets challenging is that it's no longer painful to our loved ones because it actually goes below the nerve. Oftentimes we don't even know. I had a client recently and he said, oh, my mom said she, doesn't even feel any pain from the bed sore, and so it must be getting better. No. Those stage 4 bed sores are incredibly serious and can often lead to death. Because they become very, very difficult to heal, and a lot of times we'll see, sepsis and other infections that can get into the blood and kill our person. And I've, in the last 6 months, had new people coming into our practice with stage 4 bed sores, and we were not able to bring them back. And so we ended up transitioning to a hospice setting where they did finally get the appropriate care that they needed, but really we couldn't bring them back from that pretty traumatic stage 4 condition. So, bed sores are not okay. They should never be there in the first place. But what we know about treatment is that it needs to be very aggressive. We really need to see a repositioning of our person every 2 hours to offload the wound. There are also mattresses, and it's like a cover that goes on the mattress that can shift our person from offloading from one side to another. And what it really does is it allows that really offloading of the wound so that it can heal. And if you know someone who can actually request this mattress properly in a facility, it's covered by Medicare. So these special mattresses are very effective for treatment of the wound. But more importantly, we really need a third-party wound care specialist to be treating bed sores. There's a disincentive once a person has a bed sore in a facility and they're getting Medicare dollars. Medicare's dollars will go to the facility to treat the bed sore. So you can understand why that facility is disincentivized to use a third-party wound care specialist to come in and treat the wound. The other reason that they're disincentivized is because they don't want the wound staged, because they have liability when the wound progresses. So if it comes in as stage 1 and we're at stage 4, you can understand that there is some liability there. So oftentimes they won't want us to photograph the wound, for example, and I'll come in as a healthcare advocate and they'll say, oh no, we don't allow photographs. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that my patient, our client, can't photograph her own body? Like, it's not okay that policy may be in play, and it may be unenforceable. So I'd encourage you to either, talk to your Department of Elder Affairs ombudsman if they say you can't photograph it, or if you can't be present when the wound is changed. I really encourage that, to be present when the wound is changed so that you can lay eyes on the wound and document. Because again, we should not be seeing progression of a bed sore. It should be consistently treated, it should be offloaded, and we should see the wound care that the wound gets smaller and it comes back from a stage 1 to no breaking of the skin, and that can be done with appropriate wound care, but it needs to be done by people who understand how to treat the wound. So that is a little bit of information about bed sores and the importance of healthcare advocacy. Again, using the resources that we have in our community, such as the ombudsman, and also sometimes we have to really raise a flag with the Agency for Healthcare Administration by using a complaint button if our person is not getting appropriate health care. Also, using a healthcare advocate like an elder law attorney or a geriatric care manager. We have an elder care coordinator on staff at our office, and we really, life care planning attorneys can be amazing at trying to guide us through this process, which usually consists of an elder law attorney coupled with an elder care coordinator to provide that type of advocacy to you. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about with wounds, with bed sores, and I am Shannon, and I hope you have a great day.